Hello and welcome to 6.1 Lab 1. Let's go ahead and dive right in, but before we actually get into the nitty-gritty of the code, I just want to explain a little bit about where we're going here. As we've gone on through this semester, things have gotten a little more difficult as we've gone through each learning plan, each lesson, each lab. And usually when you're dealing with JavaScript, you're going to deal with HTML and CSS. I like to refer to those three kind of as the three-legged stool of a web application. So usually you're not going to be programming just JavaScript in a vacuum. You're going to be affecting the HTML or the document object model, or the DOM as we call it. So you're going to be working with HTML tags and so forth. So this initial lab is to just introduce you to that. Now, if you're a person who does not feel you have strong HTML skills, obviously you could take any of our Web Design, like Web Design 1 class, but there you could also Google HTML tutorials and find plenty of them out there to help you out. But in this one, you're going to want to open up this file and your lab1.js file, and you're going to have to find the comment that says your HTML code after this. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a table in there. And we're going to put in a table tag with an ID, a header row with the TH stands for table header tags, HTML, the table, the ID, the TRTH tags, and all that. So let's jump right in and let's see what we can do here. So if I go to my HTML, I want to find right here where it says your HTML code after this. Then I'm going to create a table tag with an ID, and I chose output table. You could choose whatever you want. Now, most HTML tags have an opening and closing tag. So here's the closing tag. You know it's closing by the / there. Now I have a class on mine. That's a stylistic decision there. You don't have to put a class on yours, but I did on mine. And then I created a table row tag. That's what there, opened it up and closed it, and then opened up a TH table header and closed it and put some headings in there. And what that will do is that will give us a first row. Then in our lab, we'll then switch to our JavaScript file, and according to the instructions I need to create two variables, one for my table and one for my rows. So then what I did was I grabbed my table in my output table variable, and I said, go into my document, get my element with the ID of output table, the one I just created. Then in my variable table rows, I added some string HTML content, tr, td tags to create my table. Td is again table cell. Okay, think of this a table like an Excel spreadsheet sort of thing. And then I just said, okay, inside the HTML for my output table, I want you to compound add my table rows. So I didn't want to replace the table row that was already there if I didn't use that little plus there. Instead, I just want to add these to what's already there. And if I do that, then what ends up happening is my output looks like that. So in my HTML, all I had was this first row right here. I added the other three rows programmatically using JavaScript. So start to get familiar a little bit with HTML when you're working with JavaScript and how you can grab into things. Now when we get into client side next semester, you're going to be doing more and more of this and more complex stuff. But we just want to introduce you to that now. And again, I would encourage you, if you're not familiar with HTML, to take a course and get familiar with it. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know, and happy coding.